Good morning, my name is Christian Blurs, and today we will be talking about why AI is a threat to actors and their careers, which is a very big issue we're facing around the world today, with AI replacing actors and actresses in the film industry. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Don't you just love the ability to go home and watch your favorite movies with your favorite actors and actresses who steal every scene they're in while telling a captivating story? I mean, I sure do. From Dwayne The Rock Johnson to Kevin Hart to Tom Holland to Leonardo DiCaprio to Johnny Depp, and a variety of actors and actresses like Millie Bobby Brown, um, Selma Blair, um, Lone Rider. Like there is many actors and actresses who do this for a living, and they deserve to be compensated for their works. AI can help make media more creative, but it should not replace human jobs. Instead, it should be used in ways that enhance and support fairness and protect the value of human work. That is very important because, sure, we may use a little bit of AI. That would be fine. But to consistently only use AI and actually replace human performers who have been doing this since birth or since they've been a little kid practicing because they want the new part, they want the new spot on the stage in the play is uncalled for. It's against the rules. It crosses the line, a major line. Like, it's okay to have some influence by AI, but for it to just be completely AI, it's just not going to work out that way. Tilly Norwood. Have you ever heard of Tilly Norwood? I mean, if you ask me, just looking at this image that I chose, she looks like a real human. Like, it could have fooled me that she wasn't. Tilly Norwood is a modern example of how AI is putting actors' jobs at risk. At the Zurich Film Festival in September 2025, a British production company, Particle 6, unveiled Tilly Norwood, the world's largest AI-generated actor. With the release of Norwood, they found out that she's not high maintenance like other actors and actresses. What does she bring to the table? Well, she isn't paid directly, she never gets tired, and she's made to do anything a director or a writer requests her to do, unlike other actors and actresses. In the text, it talks about how she's not late, she has no problems with the dressing room, um, she ages like fine wine, so she never has to worry about like aging out of the spotlight, unlike some actors and actresses. They grow too old for the part, or they look different. Not her. She will keep that image and stay the same, which is scary if you think about it. AI represents a major threat. This is how it's affecting the film industry. It poses a major threat to hardworking actors and actresses who put their bodies on the line, doing all these stunts, delivering these performances, and all for the studios and for the fans and the audience to get paid. But studios are continuing to want to push AI and use AI humans so they don't have to pay for the actors or take care of them, which leads to more actors losing their jobs to emotionless robots who can't feel genuine emotions. Well, in 2022, a movie called Megan came out, and Megan was this AI robot that Gemma made for Katie because Katie lost her parents and she needed a friend, and Megan served as a replacement of the parents. She was only supposed to be a friend, but she became more of a replacement of the actual parents. That she wouldn't rely on Gemma. Megan had all the answers, and that was a way of Megan like controlling the house system and like being a major part of like the household, like replacing her real guardians. So if you give AI, just like the Terminator, you give it too much power, it will take over the world. You always want to have more knowledge and be smarter than the actual computer and not program it with the same intelligence as you. The resurrection of famous icons. Studios are resurrecting dead actors using their computer generated images, opposed to employing new actors to play them. Marvel, the father of Marvel, Stan Lee, he passed away, but movies he's always made cameos in. But I think even after his death, they still continue to add his face in there because he is important. But that is all AI generated, just like they are resurrecting James Dean, which I'm not familiar with James Dean, but it is an example of how famous icons are getting resurrected for the films, which is tampering with AI and bringing stuff back to life, which does pose a threat to actors, directors, and screenwriters because they could easily employ like new actors instead they're reusing images of people. Netflix is also doing this, and in Amanda Crunch's article, she talks about how in Happy Gilmore they made actors look younger so they can fit the role, and then it alters the image of the actors. Critters. Illumination and Pixar take their time to make animated films. They hire a bunch of voice actors, they work together to make a film together. However, the production costs are very high, and the rapid increase is leading Vertigo Films that are making an entirely film backed by AI that's set to release in 2026. Which you can see the picture looks like some kind of monster. But something to be wary about because it is one of those things where like, wow, AI has changed so much. And now they're gonna make their own film made out of AI. What happened to hiring voice actors and stuff like them? And actual people actually making them. This is actually entirely backed by AI, which is interesting but quite scary. The threat back OpenAI brings. It poses a major threat. Like I said, I mean, after the SAG-AFTRA strike and the writer's strike and all the actors and the unions all protesting and wanting studios to give actors the fair compensation for their work and not be replaced by AI. Critters, it was made in 9 months for less than $30 million, which is a lot less than these other companies uh, take to make productions. Like, this is an issue because, and depending on how good this film does, will show if studios will implement to use AI in their productions going forward and how much of it will be AI. So if you stand for actors and actresses and you actually want to keep seeing film made like organically with an actual working project instead of AI, then probably not supporting this is probably your best idea because depending on how this does, this will lead to if there will be more films backed by AI. Unions are taking a stand. Unions are not happy about this. They have extreme disapproval, and like I said, they were going on strike, and they're worried about the contracts that companies reuse actors' likenesses without compensation. And the fight is not about keeping jobs, but it's about protecting the dignity and creativity of actors, images, and voices, which is at being risked of being owned by studios, which is a huge problem because whatever you say, your voice, and now the studios can own your voice and your image, depending on that contract. People should be careful of what they sign, and also not let studios have as much power as they have, because they should not just be able to replace other actors with AI. By implementing AI into films, yes, you can save money. Yes, you can save production costs. Like that is a positive thing. But at the same time, you have to consider this. Wouldn't it be better to not just save money, but actually have actors and actresses who are making money for doing their job, being able to support their families, being able to take care of responsibilities, their bills, actors who actually know how to act, who experience trauma in their real life, and are not being replaced by computer generated machines? Conclusion: AI presents a major threat to actors' careers. Think of Teely Norwood, the AI generated actor. Think of the AI animated film Critters coming out and all the digital resurrections taking place. These ways show how artificial performers are cheaper and more uh, cheap alternatives for the real thing. But they can't just replace real human performers who put their bodies on the line to make cinema for us. And we need to consider that because actors contribute more than just physical presence. They bring emotional depth, creativity, authenticity, and AI cannot replicate that. They just can't. Balanced approach would be, hey, we can use some AI, but also let's keep human performers to have their jobs. We want them to have their jobs, stay employed. If you want to integrate some AI to make a scene or to do a little here, a little there, that's fine. A balance is what should be needed, and that would protect actors and actresses' rights from being replaced and giving them the compensation that they deserve, which is very important. And this is on my works cited, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. I'm sorry it's a little bit long. I just had a lot to cover. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.